Welcome back, everyone. This is GTA Failure. In our last video, we completed Vigilante, and in our next video, we're going to do the first story mission in the game since the very first video in this series. And this particular video here is all about the master save file, something I referenced in the very first video in this series. So here, I've started a brand new game. I'm not going to come back to this save file at any point, so I'm free to use cheat codes here just for demonstration purposes. I typed in he-so-yam, no spaces, which gives $250,000, but I don't care about that. What I do care about is the full health and armor that cheat code gives, and I'm going to be using that one a lot as I get in trouble with the law here for going to places on the map I'm not supposed to at this early stage in the game. I typed in Rocket Man to give me the jetpack, and then I typed in the double speed cheat code twice. That's speeded up. So we're going to do the the flight over to Chiliad Mountain in quadruple speed here with the jetpack. I'm going to read a little bit from something called the Master Save Guide. It's from a webpage, steamcommunity.com, and then a bunch of other stuff in the URL. I'll include a link to this webpage below. So reading from this webpage, a master save file is a file in which everything possible in the game has been completed before the first mission has begun. No cheats may be used at all. Generally, the reason to create these files is to give the player a template from which to play with if they ever want to go through the storyline quickly and efficiently, usually on a replay. It involves saving the game as early as possible and proceeding to accomplish all there is to be accomplished without progressing at all through the storyline. Another reason people create these files is because it will prove you are capable of accomplishing this awesome challenge. I think that I have done all of the tasks in Los Santos and Red County that grant a percentage in the in-game statistic that keeps track of the percentage of the game that you've completed. There are other tasks that I could do right now at the start of my save file, which would add to my percentage, but they're all in San Fierro and Las Venturas and the other, kind of country-ish regions around those two cities. And Joshimus, in the beginning of his series, his True 100% Plus series on San Andreas, he completed this Master Save File Challenge. And I am bailing out on the Master Save File Challenge. I mentioned in the first video that I'm just not up for this. Joshimus is incredibly skilled at GTA games, and in particular San Andreas, and I have failure in my name. I think I'm okay, but doing all of the things that you can do in the other two, kind of like forbidden cities at the start of the game requires managing a 4-star wanted level all the time. You cannot get rid of this 4-star wanted level, not with bribe stars, not with a pay and spray, not with anything. And all right, so here we go. The Chiliad challenge is available, but it says here you need more cycling skill. I don't know what number you need, maybe 20%. So in my regular save file, not this one here, I do have enough cycling skill to do the Chiliad challenge. But anyway, you just do a lot of cycling safely around Los Santos, and then you can do the Chiliad challenge here in San Fierro. But as I mentioned, I am not interested in the struggle that would be doing all of the possible things in San Fierro and Las Venturas that you can at the start of a new game. So in this video, I'm just going to show you what those things are. The things are that I'm skipping out on that Josh did. Feel free to check out Josh's series if you haven't done so already, but the first ton of videos are all about that master save file concept. And like I said, I'm just going to show you the things that I'm not going to do here at the start of my video series. I will, of course, do all of these things. I'll do the Chiliad challenge later in the video series, but only after San Fierro is unlocked. The next thing I'll demonstrate is one of the 4 collectibles in the game. It's the snapshot collectible. So first I will grab this camera. There's a bunch of camera spawns all around San Fierro and the surrounding areas. And then I will look around a little bit. I don't know exactly where this thing is when I was recording the footage, but it's in the middle of that kind of red structure there. I'll zoom in and you'll be able to see it. And yeah, there are 50 of these snapshots scattered around San Fierro and the surrounding area, and so that is 1 of 50. So with a 4-star wanted level, you could complete all 50 of those snapshots. I ain't doing it. Next up is meeting one of CJ's possible girlfriends. There are a total of 6 possible girlfriends in the game. The first one you meet naturally is Denise Robinson during the mission Burning Desire, but she's not available yet at the beginning of the game, but Katie Zahn is. And so we can't date her at the moment because we don't have enough muscle, but we could go to that outdoor gym on the beach in Los Santos and build up the muscle to a high enough number that Katie Zahn would date us. And then you could take Katie out on lots of dates and improve the progress, the dating progress with Katie, even at the start of a new game. Blood Bowl is another event that is required for 100% completion and is available at the start of a brand new game. If I were going to do any of the San Fierro or Las Venturas tasks at the beginning of a game, this would be one of them, because the 4-star wanted level doesn't impact you when you're actually inside of this stadium here, when you're on the mission. So getting here and then safely getting back to Los Santos to save the game, that would still be a challenge with the 4-star wanted level. But once you get into the stadium itself, you can just do the mission as usual. And one of my favorite videos in the Joshimus series was his video on this stadium event, because he didn't just want to pass it once, which is all that's required to get the 100% credit, but he wanted to pass it, I think it was 6 times. Apparently 6 is like the maximum number of, like the maximum highest level of the mission. And it was, he had kind of an epic rant in one of his early videos, so check that one out if you're interested. The NRG challenge is also available at the start of a brand new game, and it is required for 100% completion. This might be another good one for me, because again, once you're here and doing the challenge, it's just a normal challenge. The police don't really bother you when you're over here. And I should point out that even though I got to this island using a cheated jetpack, you can very easily get to this island in legitimate ways at the start of a brand new game. You could swim across any of the waterways into this part of the map, or you could fly. You could just get into the airport illegally and fly one of the airplanes that's there. We've already done one of the 3 courier missions. That was the one over at the Roboy Food Mart in Los Santos. And another one is right here in San Fierro at the Hippie Shopper, and it involves getting onto this fixed motorcycle spawn, and then it's the same task as the one in Los Santos. You just have to throw these packages through the rings. I intended to throw one through. I think I'm going to miss here. And then bad stuff. Yeah, so I was a little bit too far with my toss, and then the police officer in the car and the one on foot double teamed me. You can see why I'm not going to do early San Fierro and Las Venturas tasks, right? Here we are at one of the safe houses on the second island. We've already purchased all the safe houses in Los Santos and Red County, and I'll go into the icon here. It was a red marker on the map, and yeah, you cannot buy the safe houses in San Fierro yet. We have to wait for this island to be officially unlocked. Now we're headed to the 3rd and final courier mission, which is at a burger shot in Las Venturas. We'll skip the flight over there, and I will try to at least throw one package through one ring and not die or get busted like I did in my other attempt at courier in this video. I think I've shown you everything that you can do in San Fierro that gives you percentage credit, and now I'll do the same thing in Las Venturas and the surrounding countryside. In the meantime, let's come back just to the webpage on the master save file. And I'm showing you all of the tasks that earn you percentages, but another part of the master save file is increasing a bunch of your skill bars. And so I'll just read the list of skill bars that are, quote, officially part of the master save file and should be maxed out before you do the first mission in the game. So the first one they mention here is respect, which is possibly the toughest one to do, but you can get your respect up by just shooting lots of people, including police officers and soldiers and stuff. And so Josh did a bunch of this in one of his early videos. I think he did it like near the train station in Los Santos, because there was a sprunk machine right there, and he just kept mowing down everybody that showed up and refilling his health at the sprunk machine. And the respect goes up very slowly when you get respect just by, killing folks. But anyway, it's possible to get it maxed out. And you can also max out all of your weapon skills. Like every individual weapon type has a skill that you get by shooting, either like cars or tires of cars or people. And so just lots of patience and lots of collecting ammo in the freely available spawns all around the map. You can max out your weapon skill. I think that I did max out my cycling skill. That's another one that's required here in the master save. You can max out your driving skill in Los Santos, just have to drive a certain number of miles. You can max out your motorbike skill. I guess it's just called bike skill in the game, just by driving enough miles on motorcycles. You can max your flying skill and just hop into the airport illegally on Los Santos and just fly in a straight line. And after a certain number of miles covered, your flight skill will be maxed out. Lung capacity can be improved all the way to max by just swimming underwater. And your gambling skill can go up by winning lots of money at casinos. I'll show you how to get to the casinos here in Las Venturas in this video, and you just have to win enough money in there to max that one out. And then sex appeal, it looks like you can max out sex appeal, I think. I see that there's a glitch here that will get you up to like half of sex appeal. Anyway, that looks like that's the list of the skills that are part of the Master Save Challenge. That was Barbara Sternvart that we just met. She's one of the 6 possible girlfriends for CJ, and she is available to date from the beginning of a brand new game. She wouldn't date CJ right now because he doesn't have enough fat for her tastes, and also because she's dead. There were a couple of other things that I showed you that you could do at the start of a brand new game over here in Las Venturas. So there were the 2 stadium events. Kickstart was the one that you saw me like jumping through a ring and touching a green light. Dirt Track is the other one that happens at that same stadium in Las Venturas. You need a higher bike skill, like a higher motorcycle skill, before you're eligible to start that mission. But you can get the motorcycle skill up high enough at the start of a brand new game. So both of those things are also available to do from the very beginning of a game. I mentioned that you can max out your gambling skill by winning enough money at any of the casinos here in San Andreas. There are a total of 3 accessible casinos in this game. Caligula's Palace, which is where we are right now, a casino that is just called Casino Floor, and then finally Four Dragons Casino, which is where we'll have a bunch of missions given to us later in this playthrough. Little cut here because it took me an embarrassing amount of time to find the exit to Caligula's Palace, and then we will grab our jetpack and move on to the next task that we can accomplish here in Las Venturas. This one isn't going to give you any credit in terms of in-game percentage, but just want to show off that there is a single tattoo parlor that is open from the beginning of the game, and it's right here in Las Venturas. The rest of the tattoo parlors will be unlocked by, I think it's the first rider mission, so that will come pretty soon in this video series. But anyway, you can get tattoos if you can deal with the 4-star wanted level right here at this tattoo parlor. So we only had one option for the upper left arm. It's a spider. That is looking dope. Okay, let's head back outside, and we will grab our jetpack. Oh, man, just getting shot as soon as I get out here. They think because I have a spider on my arm, I'm like a gang member or something. Okay, so the next thing we're going to do is show off another one of the collectibles. So we did almost all of the gang tags. They're over in Los Santos. And then I showed you one of the horseshoes in this video, and now I'm going to show you one of the oysters. There are 50 of these things. Little cut here because I had trouble finding it, but anyway, it's just underneath this waterfall. And the oysters are scattered all throughout the map. They're not just here in Las Venturas. And so you can actually gather a ton of the oysters at the start of a game without dealing with any of the 4-star wanted level. In fact, you can get any of them that are in the ocean or in the waterways between the 3 islands. As long as you don't stand on land or kind of jump out of the water while you're swimming, then you won't get that 4-star wanted level. So you could get a ton of them, but there are some that are inland, like that one that we just found there under the waterfall, that you can't get without putting up with the 4-star wanted level. So we'll do all of the oysters after all of the regions in the map are unlocked. And the last thing we're going to show off here, again, is not for percentage completion, but if you go into welding and weddings, because they sound similar, you can actually put a bomb into your car. This is the bomb shop, and it is unlocked from the beginning of the game. Park it, prime it by pressing left mouse button, and leg it. Okay, an embarrassing amount of time to get out of the bomb shop. All right, you can do a GTA failure. There we go. Okay, so forgot to do the priming part, so let's get in. Left mouse button, bomb armed, and now it's just on an invisible timer. I'm not going to trigger this thing. It just goes off after however many seconds, and that is going to be that. So I think those are all of the tasks you can do early game. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you real soon.